Yosemite may look like paradise, but even paradise has teeth. They say Yosemite is nature's masterpiece. But behind the waterfalls and granite cliffs hides a wild side most people never see. Out here, survival is real, and danger lurks where you least expect it. From silent stalkers to venomous strikes, these are the 8 deadliest animals that remind us nature always bites back. 8. Western rattlesnake. You might walk right past a western rattlesnake in Yosemite and never even know it. These guys love sunny rocky spots and hiking trails, blending in so well they look like part of the dirt. Grown snakes reach about 4 feet long, and they're active mostly in warm weather. What makes them scary isn't just their venom, it's how quietly they wait. They hunt small animals like mice and lizards, striking in under half a second. Their venom destroys blood cells and tissue, which makes every bite a medical emergency. Yosemite gets a few bite reports each year, often from hikers who didn't see them or tried to take a close-up photo. Here's something wild. According to a Reddit Ranger story, rattlesnakes sometimes curl up under cars for warmth, especially at night. So always check before stepping near your tires. Fatalities are super rare, less than 1 in 500 bites, but the pain and swelling can be brutal. Remember the rule. If you hear that famous rattle, freeze and back away slowly. The snake doesn't want to fight, it just wants you gone. Next up, let's move from the ground to the forests, because Yosemite's most iconic giant is waiting in the trees. 7. Black bear. The black bear might be Yosemite's biggest celebrity and its biggest troublemaker. These bears aren't always black, many are brown or cinnamon colored, and can weigh over 300 pounds. You'll find them almost everywhere in the park, especially in Yosemite Valley, digging for berries or sniffing out human snacks. Their sense of smell is 7 times stronger than a bloodhound's, and that's why they break into over 1,000 cars every year. Yep, they can open car doors, windows, and even coolers like pros. Usually, they're shy. But if they're hungry, protecting cubs, or startled, watch out. They can sprint at 35 miles per hour and hit hard enough to crush bones. A fun and slightly scary fact I found on Reddit. Some rangers say bears have learned to recognize minivan shapes because those cars often carry families and more food. Crazy, right? Despite their size, they're not mean by nature. Make noise when hiking, keep food in bear-proof containers, and never, ever feed them. Show respect, and they'll usually walk away. But disrespect the bear, and you'll regret it. And if you thought bears were scary, wait until you meet what stalks Yosemite's cliffs after dark. 6. Mountain lion, cougar. If Yosemite had a ghost, it would be the mountain lion, also known as the cougar or puma. You almost never see one, but trust me, they see you. These sleek predators roam high cliffs, dense forests, and rocky ridges, silently watching everything that moves. Adult males can reach 150 pounds and leap over 40 feet in a single bound. They hunt mostly deer, but they'll also go after smaller animals like raccoons or even coyotes. When stalking, they crouch low, tail twitching, muscles tight, then strike with incredible speed and precision. There have been rare attacks in California. One near Auburn in 2004 made headlines when a cougar ambushed cyclists on a trail. Experts say if you ever face one, don't run. Instead, stand tall, wave your arms, and shout. Make yourself look bigger. Running triggers their chase instinct, and trust me, you can't outrun a cat that can sprint 50 miles per hour. A Reddit park ranger once wrote, "You won't see a mountain lion until it's already seen you 5 times. Creepy, right? Next up, we're slowing things down, but not in a good way. Because Yosemite's most unexpected danger isn't a predator at all. It's a gentle-looking animal that causes more accidents than any other. 5. Deer, surprising pick. You might think of deer as harmless forest friends, but in Yosemite, they're actually one of the biggest dangers. With around 300 to 400 deer living in the valley and surrounding meadows, they're everywhere, especially during dusk and dawn. The real problem? Car collisions. Every year, hundreds of drivers hit deer on Yosemite's winding roads, leading to injuries, wrecked vehicles, and sadly, dead animals. Male deer, called bucks, get even more dangerous during rut season, October to December. Fueled by hormones, they become territorial and aggressive, sometimes charging hikers or photographers who get too close. Their antlers can cause serious injuries, especially if you surprise them. One Yosemite ranger wrote on Reddit that they've seen more hospital visits from deer-related accidents than from bears or snakes combined. Despite their calm look, deer are unpredictable and lightning fast. The golden rule? Keep your distance, slow down near meadows, and never feed them. It makes them lose their natural fear of humans. And while deer can wreck your car, the next creature might just outsmart you before you even realize it's there. Before we find out who's next, why don't you take a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel Fun Facts, where we bring you the most fascinating and unknown facts from around the world. 4. Coyotes. Smart, sneaky, and way braver than you'd expect. The coyote has become Yosemite's ultimate opportunist. They roam the meadows, forests, and campgrounds, especially at dawn and dusk, their high-pitched howls echoing through the valley. Coyotes usually hunt mice, rabbits, and birds, but they'll take what they can get: trash, leftovers, even a chance to snatch a pet if someone isn't careful. Rangers say these canines are getting bolder every year, learning to associate humans with easy food. They move in loose family groups and communicate with a mix of yips, howls, and barks that sound like laughter echoing across the cliffs. At night, their golden eyes shine just beyond the campfire glow, beautiful and eerie at the same time. There have been rare reports, mostly outside Yosemite, of coyotes approaching children, though attacks remain extremely uncommon. One ranger shared on Reddit that coyotes have learned to fake injuries to lure dogs away from campsites, a chilling sign of their intelligence. Next, we meet an animal smaller than a coyote, but every bit as fierce, a silent hunter that rules Yosemite's underbrush. 3. Bobcat. Don't let their cute stubby tails fool you. The bobcat is all muscle and attitude. Found all over Yosemite's dense woods and rocky slopes, these cats grow up to 35 pounds, and they're incredibly territorial. They hunt mostly rabbits, squirrels, and birds, stalking with slow, cat-like patience, before pouncing with shocking force. While they avoid people, a rabies outbreak in California once made a few unusually aggressive, leading to close encounters with hikers. Rangers say if a bobcat doesn't run when it sees you, something's wrong, back away fast. Their spotted coat blends perfectly with the park's granite and brush, making them almost invisible unless they move. There's a popular Yosemite saying, if you see a bobcat, you're lucky. If it sees you first, you won't. That's how stealthy they are. Despite their size, they'll take down prey twice their weight. They're proof that danger in Yosemite doesn't always roar. It sometimes walks on soft, needle-sharp claws. But while the bobcat strikes from the shadows, the next killer comes from above, silent, fast, and armed with talons built for precision. 2. Great horned owl. If Yosemite had a ghost in the sky, it would be the great horned owl, the park's silent, night-flying assassin. With a wingspan of nearly 5 feet, this bird rules the darkness. You'll find it perched high in pine trees or rocky ledges, watching the forest floor with its piercing yellow eyes. What makes it deadly isn't its size, it's the silence. Those wide wings have special fringed feathers that muffle every sound, so prey never hears it coming. They hunt rabbits, rodents, skunks, and even other birds, striking with curved, needle-sharp talons, strong enough to crush a small mammal's skull. Every year, there are a handful of reported owl attacks on hikers and campers, often when the bird mistakes a moving headlamp or ponytail for prey. According to a 2023 National Park Service report, around 10 to 15 minor injuries are recorded yearly in U.S. parks from defensive owl strikes. mostly scalp scratches and cuts. Owls are fiercely territorial during nesting season. If you wander too close, they'll dive bomb silently, hitting with the force of a baseball bat. One ranger joked, "By the time you hear it, it's already over." And finally, we face Yosemite's most dangerous creature of all. The one with more power to destroy the park than any predator ever could. 1.5. Rodents, ground squirrels, and others. They look cute. Tiny paws, twitchy noses, bushy tails. But Yosemite's rodents can be surprisingly dangerous. The park's ground squirrels, mice, and chipmunks are everywhere. Along trails, near campsites, and especially around picnic areas where people drop crumbs. But here's the catch. They're not just scavengers, they're disease carriers. According to the National Park Service, Yosemite has reported occasional cases of plague. Yes, the same one from the Middle Ages, and hantavirus, both spread through contact with rodent droppings, urine, or bites. In 2012, several visitors contracted hantavirus after staying in cabins where deer mice had nested, and 3 people died. That's how serious it can get. Rodents might seem harmless, but feeding them or leaving food uncovered encourages them to move closer to humans, which increases the risk of outbreaks. The safest move? Never feed wildlife. Keep your food sealed and wash your hands often, especially before eating. A ranger once said, "The smaller the animal, the bigger the problem if you ignore it." And speaking of the biggest problem, let's talk about Yosemite's deadliest creature of all. 1. Humans, the real threat. When it comes to danger in Yosemite, no predator, no venom, no claws can match the damage caused by humans. Every year, careless actions lead to fires, pollution, injuries, and deaths, both human and animal. From feeding bears and chasing deer for selfies, to littering streams and leaving campfires burning, we've become the park's most destructive force. One spark can destroy thousands of acres. One piece of plastic can kill a bird or choke a fish. And one selfie too close to a cliff has cost lives. Rangers report that human-related incidents account for most of Yosemite's emergencies every season. Nature has balance, order, and respect. But humans often forget that. The truth? The scariest thing in Yosemite doesn't have fangs or claws. It walks on 2 legs, carries a phone, and forgets it's a guest in the wild. Because sometimes the most dangerous animal is us. Beautiful, breathtaking, and brutally honest. Yosemite's wild side doesn't play favorites. It's a reminder that every trail, every shadow, and every rustle tells a story of survival. Respect the wild, keep your distance, and remember, in Yosemite, you're just a visitor. Nature runs the show, and she doesn't take kindly to arrogance. If you enjoyed exploring the darker side of the wild, like, subscribe, and join us for more stories where nature shows its true colors.